Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my show. Hello, friends. Hi, how are you? This is Marina Shepelsky, your immigration lawyer, coming to you live from New York and New Jersey. Hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So today's show is about immigration law and the latest news. Everything you need to know about immigration law in the US. All the news, all the new information, everything that's relevant. And we will discuss everything in detail today. Uh, Drop me a comment, please. Drop me a comment with your place where you are now. Like, write to me in the comments where you're watching me from. And let me know if you could hear me and you could see me well here. Sending a shout out to people watching Mariah Margolich or Maria, uh, Jasis and Drew. Or Navori. Hello and welcome. My name is Marina Shepelsky. I've been doing immigration law for 23 years, but nothing has ever been the way it is right now under Trump. Just a little bit about my own background. I am an immigrant as well, and I came here in 1989 from Ukraine. And I grew up here, went to school here, but of course, I still remember, I still maintain that identity of the immigrant, and it's very important to me right now. So that's why I started to do what I do. I help immigrants legalize in the US. But let's discuss how things have changed as of July 9th when I'm recording the show. Things are very different. Things are very different every day now. So let's discuss what's going on in the world of immigration. Thank you, says Emily from California. Write in the comments where you're watching me from, and I'll say hello to you. Hello, Emily. Ruben says, hello, beautiful eyes. Thank you very much. Write in the comments where you're watching me from, and at the end of the news, I will answer your questions. Of course, nothing I say here is meant to be legal advice. This is all for information and entertainment purposes only. So let's get right into it. Let me log in online to my Instagram account. This way I can see your comments and reply. So, um, immigration news. What's in the news right now? Well, this weekend, the U.S. Congress had passed the one big beautiful bill, the Budget Reconciliation Act. That had a lot of immigration stuff in it. Number one change is the new fees, the new filing fees that are coming into play now for things that have never before been charged. For example, let's go over the new filing fee under the big budget. It's called the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. It was signed again July 4th. And let's get into the new fees. Asylum application is going to have a $100 filing fee. The annual fee to keep your asylum application pending will be $100. Hello to Nabi Tapur and Margaret Realtor. Hello. Um, if you are going to renew your work permit based on asylum, it's going to be $275. The very first initial work permit based on asylum pending is going to be $550. Parole application is going to have a fee $1,000. Now, they will make exceptions for people who have a life-threatening medical emergency and, you know, because if treatment is unavailable in home country for the self, a parent, or legal guardian, urgent donation or something like that, family member whose death is imminent, funeral of close family member, urgent LPR, local permanent residents returning from temporary travel abroad, or return from a contiguous country to attend an immigration hearing, Cuban or Haitian entrant, and assisting law enforcement. So these are all advanced parole and other parole applications. Initial work permit for parolees, people who have humanitarian parole, is going to be 550 dollars, and renewing the work permit for parolees will be $275. Temporary protected status is going to be $500. First work for TPS holders is going to be 550. Renewing the work permit for TPS holders is going to be 75, and so on. There's new fees that never before were charged and are pretty high. So, now immigration court filings, when you file in immigration court for a green card, that's going to be 1,500. For a waiver, $1,050. For TPS, $500. Application to stop or suspend deportation or cancellation of approval after 20 years to the kids is going to be $600. Fees have gone up a lot, and even motion to reopen, $900. Motion to reopen from USCIS is going to be $900. These are really big fees, and the biggest one is people who are inadmissible and arrested between ports of entry are going to have to pay a fine of $500. Um, okay, so that is the biggest news this morning. The news is the practical news that the fees are going up for USCIS. Now, of course, there's a lot of other news. The raids are going on and continuing for deporting people. People are continually going to court, and when you go to court, you don't have a lawyer if you haven't filed a decent case. The attorney for the government might ask to dismiss your case. That will be dismissed. They immediately issue a new notice of appeal for you, and you get arrested right in court for expedited removal under ICE jurisdiction. So it's a kind of a whole different case, very quick case. It happens if you show up to court without a lawyer, so that possibility has gone. It's out the window. If you go to court without a lawyer, they could dismiss your case on the spot and deport you on the spot. Before, people used to go to court without a lawyer. They took the time, they adjourned, and so on. All right. So that's no longer available because of this. The other big news is that the U.S. backlog hit an all-time high. Never before have they, USA, been so backed up. We have 11.3 million pending applications right now. And their data between January to March this year shows that some categories are getting worse and worse. We are seeing it with Wawa. Wawa is getting worse and worse. We are seeing a delay of them even issuing a receipt notice. So you file your case and you don't get proof from them that you paid the fee and you filed the case until weeks and months later. So that's called the front lock. So they even have like a delay at front lock on the front, like right when you file. And there's right now cases that are received but not yet opened or officially entered into the processing system. 34,000 cases. Okay, so that means they're like not in status yet, even though they sent their case 2, 3 months ago. Everything is being super delayed. Now around 8 months to replace a lost green card. If you lost a green card, and you file to replace it, it will take 8 or 9 months even. Work authorization applications are like a mixed bag. Cases that are tied to green card adjustment of status or asylum in the categories CO9 and CO8 are okay. There's really no backlog. But other types of work permits, $775,000, especially those based on parole, are hanging out and waiting for a really long time. Um, the immigration courts are overwhelmed, and their backlog exceeds 3 7/10 of almost 4 million cases, according to Syracuse University. People are just really upset and concerned with this. The lawyers, my colleagues, are saying that hopefully, maybe with this new bill, there will be more money added to the budget of USCIS, and things will get better for the delays. So that's it. The U.S. Supreme Court has upheld Trump administration right to deport people to third countries that they have no ties to. If you're from, let's say, Pakistan, they easily can now deport you to South Sudan or Panama or Vietnam. You are not from Vietnam, and yet you could be deported to Vietnam, and the U.S. Supreme Court upheld their decision. Um, all right. What else is there? Let me see. Okay, so the Justice Department, driven by Trump's direct policies, plans to go after people who are already U.S. citizens and taking away their citizenship, denaturalizing. And when are they going to do this? This is a big war on illegal immigration. So for people who have their citizenship, but they lie on their applications to get citizenship, they lied sometimes about who they even are to get citizenship. That happens. People use fake identities to get like asylum. I run into those people once in a while. Those people will lose their citizenship. But in addition to that, um, there's talk of adding some crimes to the list of things that could make you denaturalized. Let me just look into this, and I'm going to read it to you. Uh, so the latest Trump administration thing is, gosh, this is crazy. Just want to read the news. The Donald Trump administration wants to promote denaturalization and replication of U.S. Citizenship status for people that are convicted of certain crimes, even civil convictions. So there was a memorandum that employees working in the system as they 11 that urges prosecutors from the Department of Justice to prioritize, to like really concentrate on denaturalizing immigrants who fall into various categories of crimes, leaving a broad discretion for it. And some examples of um, danger to national security, engaging in war crimes or other human rights violations in the US, being a member of the drug cartel, human trafficking, and committing sexual offense. In addition, financial crimes are also included, such as committing fraud against Medicaid and Medicare. This is one what worries many critics is how vague, like not really clear this is. So they're going to be supposedly taking away citizenship, not just from those who lied about their identity or like crimes they committed, but new crimes that they have committed as citizens already. And if you committed one of these crimes, you potentially could lose your citizenship. This is really worrying people. This is really upsetting people. And people are afraid, even citizens. This administration is making everybody shake with fear. Okay, so um, Ruben says the sound is not great because this microphone interferes with the phone microphone, and it's making things a little difficult to watch on YouTube. But if you watch this in rerun, it's gonna sound fine. I'm sorry. Uh, all right. So let's finish up with the news here. I want to wrap up the news soon. Okay. Um, so much, guys, that I don't even know like what to tell you because I don't even know. So I mentioned that the Supreme Court has now said okay. So the Supreme Court has also allowed Trump to fire as many federal employees as Trump possibly wants. And at first, they contested it. They said it wasn't constitutional. But the U.S. Supreme Court says, yeah, it's constitutional. This is his employees. They're federal employees. And the president is the leader of the federal government. He is allowed to fire people in the federal government. Um, the son of a very famous boxer of the name of Julio Cesar Chavez. His son got arrested for immigration. Um, the son of Julio Cesar Chavez, his name is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., got arrested by immigration, and his father had defended him. And I'm sure his father said this is wrong to arrest this young man. People get arrested when they are just green card holders or don't have status yet and commit crimes, but sometimes they arrest you for holding them. So what happened here is a professional Julio Cesar Chavez fought 115 times in the boxing ring, but now this former world champion said he was ready to fight outside of the boxing ring to defend his same name son, Junior, who was arrested by U.S. immigration agents at his Los Angeles home for overstaying his visa and lying on green card application. 39-year-old Chavez Jr. also had an active warrant for the arrest in Mexico for drug trafficking and may have ties to Sinaloa cartel. So the government said, oh, you have a green card, you lied about your arrest. It doesn't mean that you're a son of a famous boxer. We are going to support you. And his father is defending him, of course, but that's what fathers do. Um, let's see what else I want to tell you guys. Department of Homeland Security is now urging e-verified employers to run status change reports to identify workers whose employment authorization may have been revoked, particularly those from the Cuban, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela parole program. And if they're not valid, they can't keep them working at the company. A federal judge ruled that the Trump administration cannot unilaterally block asylum claims at the border, rejecting a sweeping policy enacted on Trump's first day in the office. That's good news. At least the availability of asylum at the border is now still going to remain there. And it's, but the reality is they're kind of chasing people away from the border, so a lot less people will be able to ask for asylum at the border. That's all I wanted to tell you. Now these are um, uh, one is not great. I was on my trip. I'm sorry. Mohammed says good morning. Hello. Portuguese says DACA is cooked. It's finished. I don't think they will ever pass the Dream Act. I agree with you. I agree. Damien is watching from Alabama. Welcome. Sigma is live, is saying hello. Thank you. MG Hussein says good morning from New York. All right. So I think that's all I have for my comments saying hello. Now, if you answer your question, please post your question below. Cardiac Dilter says hello, and Cardiac Dilter says hello from Nigeria. Sora V Sora of 931. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, welcome. All right, I'm going to get to start answering your questions. Post your question in the comments. Not at the time. I'm not providing legal advice, but I will give you information to help you figure out what to do. And Signal Live is from India originally, but now to us another state. Damian has a question. Damian Thompson. He says, my work permit in the C9 adjustment of status, green card, pending category. It's estimated to take 3 months, but it's been 5 months. Still, I don't have a decision. Can I do an inquiry now or wait until the 6 months when it's officially outside of processing time? I would wait a few weeks before you make that. Emily from California says hello, hello. Beautiful eyes. Thank you so much. MH Hossein says good morning from New York. I filed my green card application 5 for 85 1 year ago based on VAWA being approved. So his VAWA was approved. USCIS filed office in Queens. You think I can expect to get my green card? It shows average time of 15 months for 80% of the cases. I think you need to still wait. I would do it another 5, 6 months. Good morning from Muhammad Ali Ben Hamoud. Hello. Jason says hello from Wisconsin. I received a prima facie approved determination for my VAWA, and it says it's valid for 180 days. Does it mean that my application is going to be approved soon? Am I close to an answer? No. The answer is they will just renew your prima facie determination. It takes like 4 years. Mariana Casa, Mariana Casa from Brazil. I was working 10 years garden for staying over without a visa. I'm already 12 years in my country. I was at work. Yeah, if you stayed out more than 10 years, I do see that these waivers are no longer necessary. and you could get a visa after 10 years, so you're good. Bonnie Luna says in Russian, but I will do this in English. Marina, my friend has asylum from 1995, and she didn't know that she has to now file for a green card. Is it too late? Uh, I-94 asylum status member says her status is indefinite. No, it's not too late. You can try to file now for a green card. Tell her to call us. My number's on the bottom of the screen if you're watching on YouTube, and in my profile, both on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook. So call us today and start the process of the green card for your family. Maria Merkel says, does it affect those who are waiting right now for interviews also to pay $100 per year, or is it just for the public? I think it's going to be everyone waiting for asylum. Called. I don't know how many are charging. We're still waiting for some sort of system to be put in place, but it's coming. It's coming. All right. Go ahead, you guys. Post your question in the comments. I will try to start now before I end the show. We just have another 5 to 10 minutes. If you have a question, I will be happy to answer. There's a question on Instagram from USA Live. It says, hello from New York. And the question is, my dear friend's wedding will be in Nevada. Is it safe to travel domestically? I have an advance parole, a valid passport, driver's license, legal entry, just stayed out of status for a few years until I applied for a domestic travel on a plane should be okay right now. No need advance parole to travel to Vegas from Europe. And you chose salty hair, said, hi Marina, you look very beautiful. Thank you. I just came back from a trip to Europe, Italy. We had a great time. I went with my children, my twin daughters. We had an amazing, amazing. Okay, you guys. So we are here live already for 27 minutes. I'm gonna do 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna say bye-bye and see you in 2 weeks. There's a question coming. Thank you very much. The USA Life, thanks a lot. You look great. Maria Margolis says, my husband's status B2 expired, and by the time they received their asylum application, there was a 2 week gap. Does this count as illegal case? Not really, not really. While you have a pending asylum application, but somebody with pending asylum usually cannot file anyway for diversity, diversity lottery green cards, like the lottery green card, nor for work green card. So he's not legal, no, but it doesn't matter. Thank you to all sponsors to tell your stories. You have very beautiful daughters. Thank you, dear fraternal twins. Nothing alike, but they are comparable. Um, Tanya says, thank you. I wish to do a consultation with you. I believe you. Thank you so much. Thank you for trusting us. Emily says, I applied for my Bravo renewal work permit, but I did not get any receipt number. I applied on May 25. This is already July 9th. This year, I married a U.S. citizen. 2022, my Bravo case was filed in 2022 in November. I'm waiting for it, but still no update. Wait a couple more weeks. It's normal. It happens. They're very delayed. If you remember me talking about the news, I mentioned that there's a lot of delays right now across the board for immigration. So you should be okay. It's just going to take long. I think I'm going to say see you later, guys. Right now, Sandy told Salty Hair says, do you think they'll be checking all the U.S. citizens now? Please make it. No, but if you have a major criminal conviction, who knows? You might lose your status. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching me. I really appreciate you guys. If you watch this recording, welcome. If you need a consultation, on the bottom of the screen is my phone number. List for a consultation, recording more videos, more information. I'll see you for our live in 2 weeks. Thank you. Bye. And thank you to Marina for